Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back once again, troops, legionnaires, and any new recruits to another Legion premiere. And today we're going to be showing off the Sitivien ST24 in AUS8 steel. It's a pretty nice looking drop point. It was just received it yesterday. Was doing some slight testing, making some feather sticks, etc. Pretty cool little knife. As you can see, that handle is a little on the funky side as far as colors goes. I wish that green, instead of being like a fluorescent, was olive drab, but I'm getting ahead of myself. What are you guys carrying today? Well, today I am carrying, or going to be carrying, this SDOK EDC belt knife. And I swapped out the TekLoc for this plastic belt loop. And you can see how very wide this is, man. I kind of wish I had, a little bit different setup. I might have to look into it. But anyway, let me know what you guys are carrying. Let's go over the specs of this knife. But before I do that, just want to say that veterans and active military, thank you very much for your service. Really appreciate you all. Enjoy the video. All right, specs of the Sitivien ST24. Overall length, 9.29 inch, blade length 4.61 inch, blade steel AUS8, blade hardness 59 to 61 HRC, blade thickness 4 millimeters, blade width 1.57 inch, handle length 4.69 inch, handle thickness 0.79 inch, handle material G10, weight 8.56 ounce, and with the sheath it's 12.2 ounce, and it does feature full Tang lanyard hole, Kydex Sheath, and TekLoc. Fantastic. All right, good. Let's take a quick look at this knife, man. I do like that blade shape. Obviously a drop point. I mean, there's plenty of different blade shapes in a drop point, but this is a nice, pretty wide blade shape. It is a high saber grind. I know that. If I get it right in the light, you'll be able to get a better idea, but that's a high saber. All right. Generous sharpening choil that will act as a finger choil. It's got a nice belly over here. I'm sure a lot of you are going to wish that this finger choil wasn't there. It is what it is, man. Jimping, not too aggressive. Nice thick spine, and it does feel pretty sharp, so that should spark a ferro rod without a problem. But, we will be testing during the week. All right. This blade also comes in a completely satin finish. Small little logos. You can see that ST24, AUS8, and then the Sitivien logo, which is a pretty cool logo. The handles, I got to say, man, they're ergonomic. They feel good. They're done well. The fit and finish on this is fantastic. Extremely sharp out of the box. Removable scales, and you can see the satin hardware right here. Lanyard hole, I did add the lanyard. Might do just a little bit of chop. I'm kind of curious, in case somebody wanted to delimb. I mean, it feels like, you could do a little delimbing with this. You just might have to choke up all the way in the back by the rear of the handle, and add the lanyard for extra leverage. I think this can do the job of delimbing. And it's just, the CNCing of these handles. I wonder if they, sand them by hand. I don't know, but everything is so nice and flush. And I don't know if that's orange or red liners. It looks more on the orange side to me, but it does come with liners. I don't really like the fluorescent green handle. I think they could have made it a little bit darker, but obviously it'll be visible if you drop the knife or whatever. Kind of wish it was more olive drab, but it is what it is. As always, once I start working with the knife, it becomes a tool, especially if it becomes real good out there in the field. And, the looks of the handle will probably go away, in any case. This is a pretty nice knife. Now, I did test out a Sitivien knife recently in AUS8 steel, and it did great, and I have high expectations for this one. And you could see that the grind lines on this are pretty good. I mean, the fit and finish is, I'm gonna say, is like 98%, man. You know, very nice. Let's take a look at the sheath here. The sheath is a taco style, no ramp, but it has this little pinched area that you could use your thumb to push off of. A few rivet holes, you know, you give yourself a couple of different options. Stick some ferro rod holder or what have you. TekLoc, again, I'd rather see a little piece of Kydex and a nylon belt loop. That's just my preference, but it does come with this TekLoc, and as always, you can set it up in the Scout or upright carry. These tabs are completely removable or adjustable depending on what kind of belt you have that day, or you know, if you attach it to your pack, vest, etc. A little bit more substantial knife than something you know, small or a pocket knife. Let's pop this knife in. Now, this knife to this sheath, man, they did a perfect job. I mean, you've got nothing. You want to take this hunting, you know, if you get something so quiet, man, wow. And no up and down play, no side to side play. This knife is made for this sheath, man. So very good. Does it have a drainage hole? Yeah, all these Sitiviens have drainage holes, you know, but I know you guys want to see. So pretty nice. It's not, you know, it's not a small knife by any means. Here, let me bring out the other one here. Let me see. I think they're probably, yeah, they're probably the same size. It's not a small knife by any means. It's a little bit heftier knife, but I think, you know, if you guys like AUS8 steel, I think this will do just fine. I mean, the handle feels really good, you know. Maybe over here might be a little hot spot, but you know, if you're cutting up into that meat, you might need to do it this way. But for me, my hands, my fingers, the pointer and the middle finger, man, they fit right in between the grooves over here. And because it's rounded off into an oval shape towards the end, no hot spots here at all. So it does feel good. Now in the reverse configuration, yeah, man, it feels good. So my pinky and this index over here, you know, fit right in between, just nice. And, you know, you could definitely fit another finger or two over here if you have a little bit bigger hands. And if you need to cut this way in the reverse grip, you can. I think this knife is going to be killer, man. I think this knife is going to be killer in an outdoor environment, hunting environment, camping environment. It's a little heavy for the hiker. You know, you may want something a little bit smaller, but if you're going to go in, like, I don't know, to a campsite that's 3-4 miles, 5 miles maybe, into the campsite to set up camp, this shouldn't be too bad, you know. But for those who are walking like the Appalachian trails or those type of trails for days and days, you know, you have to rethink about this knife. You have to, you know, I guess calculate whatever weight that you guys want to take as far as, you know, some cutlery with you. In any case, this knife would be really good with a saw and an axe. And I mean, the next thing I just need to do for everybody is to test this out. So hopefully I'll do that this week. But let's just take a look once again at that blade. I want to get it in the light so you see all the grind lines. Okay. And there have been a few subscribers who have said they've gotten this knife and they love it. So there's the handle. It's a very ergonomic handle, very nice. No scalloping here, but you know, the scalloping that's small potatoes, man, as far as I'm concerned. Because you could still grip it here with or without scalloping and do what you need to do. You could see that handle, how nicely done it all is. It's just good, man. It's just a good handle. I just, again, kind of wish it was a more olive drab type of green instead of this fluorescent. In any case, let's take a quick look at the sharpness of this blade. Now, I was doing feather sticks yesterday. All right, but this one is like digging in. It's just a small example of out-of-the-box sharpness here, okay, for everybody. A little bit more substantial knife, a little bit more substantial. It's definitely got some heft to it, man. It's got some heft. If you're a hunter, you may be one of those hunters that'll leave the knife back into the field, back in camp. And then once you capture your game, you'll go back to camp, bring whatever it is that you need, all your tools to quarter the game, and then bring it back to camp. Man, this knife would be perfect. Pretty nice. All right, troops, look, I guess that's it for this bad boy right here. It does come with a box. I'm not going to show you the box. I'm kind of tired of showing boxes, empty boxes, but it's just a regular box. So for those who are interested in storing it properly after use or just for a collection, you got a decent box, man, right there. All right, troops, I hope that everybody's enjoying their Sunday. And let me bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military who wants to get out of the service. They do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So when we're done here with this video, go check out the comment section, the description section. There will be phone numbers that you can call, websites that you can surf, and a heartfelt message from Martin Miller, one of your own, Vietnam veteran, 66 to 69. Please seek the help that you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, thanks for attending the Legion premiere. Hopefully you made it this far. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Enjoy your Sunday. Take care. Bye.